United 3, Burnley 2. A sense of relief because we actually have 3 points on the board. A sense of relief because we've actually had United players score goals. And I'd say deserved because United were more on top of the game than they were struggling in that sense. First half they played fairly well. They were quite good in the control. They were dangerous from set pieces, which is a bit weird to say. Obviously, the goal came from a set piece, and it kind of bobbled in. It was a Casemiro header hit off the bar. It bounced off Cullen and gone straight into the net. It's lucky to be fair, but it is what it is. We take them sometimes. Then we had in the second half. Well, before the second half, I guess. The two injuries, one to Matheus Cunha and one to Mason Mount. Bearing in mind they've started every game so far, so it's a shame that they've both gone down with injuries of some kind. Looks like a hamstring injury for Cunha. I've not seen anything in regards to Mount's injury yet. So we'll have a look at that probably at some point this week and find out what's going on. So obviously 2 changes needed there. Xerxes came on for Cunha, and then Mainu came on for Mount, which obviously pushed Fernandes a bit further forward. This kind of caused the effect of a bit of a basketball game. Burnley scoring quite fairly decently into the second half through Roberts. Then the goal was back in front from Mbeumo, which was a tidy finish. Good movement from Mbeumo. Standard kind of strikers move the defender into a certain space, then move out to the space that's been created, and then hit the shot into the net. I like Mbeumo. I think Mbeumo is very good. He's going to score quite a few goals this season, I feel. I was enjoying Cunha as well, but this injury is going to be a bit of a dampener on an otherwise fair performance, I guess. Then again, sloppiness and mistakes at the back. Bayinde needs to be a lot better. There's rumours today. I'm recording this same day it's going out. The rumours today of a bid being put in for Emi Martinez again, and a bid for San Lamen. So one of, if not two of those may come in. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw both, to be honest, if we can get both done, because I think Bayinde is not good enough. I don't think Onana is good enough. So I think we need two. But I think if you brought in Martinez to be your in-between for San Lamen, get San Lamen into a point where he's confident enough to take on Premier League football and being Man United's first choice keeper, you can then move on to Martinez, and Martinez can always have on his CV that he played for Manchester United. Another mistake by Bayinde, causing the ball to go straight back out into the middle of the goal in the 6-yard box, which was then turned in off a deflection off Mainu. I'm not blaming Mainu for that because he's gone to try and block the ball, and it's just reflected off him. So I'm going to give that one as a mistake to Bayinde, which is now 2 in 3 games, and that's 4 in total this season in 4 games. So for but 2 goalkeepers who are supposed to be Manchester United Premier League goalkeepers, this is not obviously a good sign. So I think that there's at least one needing to come in to be first choice. Then it was all to the pump for United. Sesko had a couple of good chances, which he obviously missed. One header. If he heads it down, I think he has a chance of scoring. He just doesn't head it down, though. He heads it up, kind of upish. Just doesn't get the power on it downwards. And then a chance later on where he gets a ball into the middle where he just can't quite get across it to it. It was a little bit of a tight angle as well. Although if Onana was in goal, he probably would have got it. And then the penalty, it's a shirt pull in that starts outside the box that continues into the box, and then obviously Ahmad goes down. It's weak, I'll be honest, but it will be given because it's a foul in the other place in the pitch. So why wouldn't it be a penalty? The reason why it's a penalty is because it carries on into the box. So, but we take it. Bruno Fernandes took it and calmly put it into the bottom corner rather than absolutely trying to lace the absolute living what out of it like he tried to do against Fulham. And United win the game. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of pundits say that it's a bit embarrassing that they're celebrating the way they have against a team like Burnley. I think with the pressure that the United have had over the last couple of weeks, especially, I think that's more relief and a release of frustration rather than some sort of joyous, like we've just won the best thing ever, in a sense. They've not won a World Cup. They've not won a Champions League. I think it's more of a relief and a frustration outburst of finally we've got something out of a game which we should have. I think that it's very easy to say that, like I remember a couple of weeks ago, that United showed against Arsenal that they could beat any Premier League team. It's very possible that United sit here now on 9 points. Now, it sounds like a stupid thing to say. However, if you look at the Arsenal game, they were the better side. They just didn't score. Look at the Fulham game, they were the best side for a good 60 minutes, I would say. And then, 6 minutes and 2 spells, basically. So, first 20, 25, 30 minutes. And then the foot of each half, in a sense. So, they were good enough to a point to be able to win that game. It was just that, obviously, Fulham got the equaliser, and then the game kind of dissipated and nothing really happened in the final few minutes or so. Now, could be saying that we could be sitting here on 1 or 2 points as well. So sometimes you're looking at luck is a factor. Do I think they were fairly lucky today? I'd say slightly, but I think that the win was deserved because if you look at the stats, they had 26 shots. I know only 6 or so were on target, which is a bit of a worry. However, once the team kind of gets focused a little bit more, and obviously you get Burmo firing on all cylinders like he seems to be, and obviously Sesko as well, which we hope does happen and we don't end up with another Højlund situation, then you're going to see a lot more of them shots more on target and possibly a lot more goals. I think this team has a lot more in it in terms of chance creation and taking chances. A lot more than it did last year when it had the likes of Garnacho, Højlund, and even I would say to a point Rashford up until January. There wasn't really a lot there for them. So let's see how it progresses. We've got an international break now for a week or so. Then it's a derby. We'll see what happens there. They haven't been fantastic, City. They were beaten by Spurs last week. They're obviously playing today. So we'll see how they get on and how they're playing. Maybe there's a weakness to exploit. We should have a look at that. I think we should have a look at the Tottenham game and see how they played against them because they obviously won 2-0. So that will be interesting to see how they played. Not really just done a full look at that, but we'll see. I think that having a week or so now with the players, I know a lot of them are off to international duty, so it's going to be a bit of a pain for them. But the ones that are staying, you can look at trying getting a structure fully sorted for a week or so and make sure that everything's well known and well drilled. Hopefully the 2 injuries aren't too bad and we can get them back relatively quickly. And let's see what happens in the final days of the transfer window. I know that we've put bids in for 2 goalkeepers, so that's one thing. Whether we'll get anybody else, we'll wait and see. But for me, it was a deserved victory, and I think it's more as a relief that they've been able to get 3 points on the board. We're now currently, as I'm recording this, we're 9th in the league. So positive more than negatives. Let's hope this continues a bit more. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think of the game? What do you think of the team as a whole? Who do you think we should bring in the final days of the transfer window? I don't think I'll be doing a transfer list on Monday, purely because the transfer window closes on Monday. So I may do a reaction video on Tuesday for the transfer window itself and how we've done. And then obviously we have our FPL video the week after as well, due to the fact there's no no Premier League game next week. So we have a week or two to have a think about it, and maybe playing a wildcard on that. And then we'll have the NEWTS talks where we'll discuss something. We'll have a look, and we'll see what we want to discuss next week. But like you said, guys, if you like this video, please leave a like. If you haven't, leave a dislike, comment what you want to see on the channel. Subscribe if you are new. Until next time, guys. Take care.